Welcome back to Afternoon Live. Your posture may be affecting your health more than you know. Here to share more, we welcome back chiropractor Chris Cooper. Great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
As I make sure I'm sitting up very straight for this segment.
I know.
Because look at these people. I mean, this looks familiar, right? We're all hunched over on our devices all the time.
I know. They're just all young.
They don't know what lies ahead.
It just gets worse.
Oh, gosh. Well, let's talk about, I mean, there are real consequences to bad posture, and it can lead to pain in different parts of the body.
100%. Pain is the easy one, the one that we encounter most often. When you kind of hunch over, your muscles in your back stretch out. You overwork the muscles in your neck, and so they get tight, and that leads to tightness. You know, knots in the muscles, pain. Sometimes the muscles will hurt so bad it will travel up your head into a headache. And that's just like pain stuff.
Yeah.
But you can also get tightness in the chest, and your shoulders round forward. And this sort of posture where you're kind of hunchy, you know, you can't take as deep of a breath.
Right.
You know, and so you can take deeper breaths here. And so there's other weird health effects.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting as much oxygen to your brain as when you're here versus, you know,
right.
here.
Well, and then we have to like allow the oxygen to come in, right? You have to let your stomach expand, and a lot of people, we're sucking it in the whole time, and that's not good for us.
I know. And so there's other stuff that's you know, beyond just, you know, looking like you're hunched over or creating headaches and pain. Oxygen's a piece of it.
Sure. What about becoming more injury prone depending on this kind of stuff?
Oh, 100%. 100%. There's so many times where you're like, I just woke up with a kink in my neck.
Yeah.
But we don't think about the last several months where we've been like hunched over looking at a phone, or, you know, posture doesn't necessarily just have to be hunchy posture. It could be, you know, sleeping on the couch in a weird kinked sort of way. And like all that stuff builds up.
Right.
Small stuff, not injuring you in that one moment, but it builds and it builds and it builds. They
Over
call
time.
it repetitive injury.
Okay. What about good posture? I mean, it can actually have positive psychological impacts.
100%. There are some really cool studies done where they talked about the psychological impact of good and bad posture.
Okay.
And something as silly as, you know, the victory pose.
Okay.
Holding this for a certain amount of time can actually boost confidence levels.
Nice.
And so like they tell people like, oh, do this before you go into a meeting.
Why not?
You know, why not?
Yeah.
But on the counter side of that, you know, this posture, you know, we kind of associate it with sad and depressed and not confident. Well, sometimes that could actually become you too.
Sure.
So just as this kind of looks confident and this looks unconfident, sometimes that can just bleed over.
Yeah.
And it's weird, but there is a mind-body connection
Fake it till you make it a a little bit. You got to start
100%,
somewhere. Kind of project
100%.
what you want to feel inside.
Yeah.
What about blood flow as it relates to posture?
Well, I mean, blood flow, you know, when you're stretched out, the muscles don't get as much blood there. And so, like, chronically tight, chronically stretched muscles and tendons can lead to injury.
Yeah.
You know, like, when you go here, it puts a lot of pressure on your shoulders.
Okay.
A lot of times people get rotator cuff injuries,
Right.
but it's nothing weird. It's not like they're like throwing a baseball 100 miles per hour. It's repetitive stuff, but it's a lot of this is here.
That mysterious frozen shoulder that so many people grapple with.
And so that's all related to like the stretchy muscle, tight, lack of blood flow, all this other stuff kind of, it's all woven into each other.
You have some tips for us so we can hopefully stop doing all these bad posture habits.
I got a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where should we start?
Where are we starting?
There, here we go.
Here we go. This is a good one. So I call this one Superman and Batman.
Nice.
She's currently doing Superman.
Okay.
So you get on a mat face down and you lift your arms up off of the mat, you know, just as far as you can. It's going to be a couple inches.
Yeah.
You hold it for a moment and then back down. You're kind of pumping it.
Okay.
And this one, it could be a variation of Batman. You know, Superman flies with his arms out in front of him. Batman flies because he has a cape.
Okay.
You know, it's a bad joke.
That's not easy. But then I'm looking at them, I'm like, that's hard work.
Yeah, I know. It's working the muscles in the back.
Yeah.
That's supposed to kind of
And if
hold
you do have tightness, even just like expanding like that, it might not feel so great the first time.
100%.
Okay.
So we have a couple other ones.
Okay.
So sometimes if you're tight along the chest, you
Okay.
could do one in a doorway.
Oh,
Here we go.
perfect.
Look at this guy.
Look at this guy. Look at
So-
this perfect form. And that cute dog. Oh, my
You
gosh.
can see my dog in the video. That's crazy. So stand in the doorway, you're leaning in. You should
Okay.
feel this across the chest if you're doing it right. If it's sharp or pinchy, back off a bit.
Okay.
But if it feels good, big stretch, you're trying to open up that pectoralis muscle to allow it not to be so tight, and it's easier to get into some of these good posture positions.
Okay. And you can use a wall, too, if you don't have that perfect doorway situation.
100%. It doesn't
Okay.
really matter. You could use corner of the wall, something like that.
We can do it.
I know.
I got to stop. Look, do we have time for one more really quickly?
Yeah. So there's another one. I call these wall angels. It's kind of like a snow angel, but you're up
Oh,
against the wall.
nice.
So you put your butt, your back, your head against the wall,
Okay.
elbows and hands go against the wall. Keep everything touching, and you just go up as high as you can and come down as far as you can.
Okay.
On the way down, you kind of give a little bit of a squeeze between
Yeah.
your shoulder blades.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get in that position,
Yeah.
but then to do those motions in that position is actually really beneficial to stretch and strengthen the right muscles.
Okay, perfect. And then we'll have, more strength in all things.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, we can do it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
for more at-home tips from Dr. Chris, just head to our website at katu.com and we'll link you there. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.